Okay, so assignment number 7, we're talking about housing and mortgages. We've talked about how a mortgage is a special type of annuity that's related to using your house as the collateral. We have something called an amortization table, and amortization is just a table for the entire length of the loan. So this amortization table is for a $30,000 loan with a fixed interest rate of 6% and monthly payments for an amortization period of 5 years. So this term is done monthly. You have up to 60. This is what we've done with our other assignment. But today we're going to be creating a table where it's a bit larger than the other ones that we've done because we're looking at the loan, or sorry, paying off a house loan, which usually takes a long time. So if you're looking at month 54 here, what does month 54 represent? 54 years, 5.4 years, 4 years, 6 months, or 5 years and 4 months. I'll give you a little bit of time. Please make your selection, and then we'll take this up. Okay. Oh, yes. So actually, this whole page, I'm going to give you a moment to do it, and then we'll take this up. Okay, let's talk about some of this. How far along are you at 54, at month 54? Now, for us to represent 54 months in years, we're going to take 54 and divide it by 12. What you would have is 4 and a remainder of 6. So the remainder is the number of extra months we have, and 4 is the year. Okay, let's look at the chart again. In the first payment, what percentage of the payment went towards interest? Now, let's recall, for us to get our percentage, we have to take the part, and then we're going to divide it by the whole and multiply it by 100 to get the percent. So let's just compare in our first month. The interest that we paid was $150. The total payment that we paid is the same every single month, $579.98. So let's divide that to figure out our percent. Oh, shoot. Once again, I forgot to put the calculator function. Let me find my calculator and do it here. So 25.9%. That's a large chunk of the initial amount or initial payment that went towards interest. Now, on the last payment, what percentage of the payment went towards the principal? Okay, so we have principal is now $577.09 out of $579. So sorry, let's go back to the first one. So if 25 or 26% went towards interest, that means 74% of it went towards the principal. Now, on the other hand, the last payment, we have 577 and 9 cents out of 579 and 98 cents. That went to the principal. So we have now 99.5% went towards the principal. Now this diagram shows you that this is your, the value of your payments that you still owe. At the beginning of your loan, principal is only a tad. So, let me explain that again. This is a bit confusing. Okay. The blue line is associated with the values on the left-hand side. This red and light blue line is associated with the numbers on the right-hand side. What it's saying is that in our first payments, a large part of the money that we're paying back is actually interest. And as time goes on, the amount that your payment, more of your payment is going towards the principal than it is interest. So you see the principal is increasing each time, the interest is decreasing, even though our total payment is the same every single month. Okay, so let's compare these scenarios. You secured a $250,000 mortgage at 4.3% interest. You can pay $1,561.45 monthly for 20 years. If we were to multiply that out, so multiply it by 12 and 20, you'll realize that at the end, you've paid $124,549.19. What percentage is that of your total payments? Okay, so let's find out what our total payment is. So we know that the borrowed amount is $2,500. Total paid, we're going to take $1,561.45 times 12 times 20. Altogether, $374,748. So if I get the difference, I have this. So what percentage of it is your interest? Okay, we're going to take 1, 2, 4, 5, 4, 9, 19 divided by the whole amount and multiply it by 100. So 49.8% of your payments went towards interest. The second scenario, we're paying the same amount. So we have a $250,000 mortgage. The difference is I'm going to pay this over 30 years instead of over 20 years. My monthly payment is way less, but I'm doing it for an extra 10 years. So once again, our borrowed amount is still the same. The total that I've paid, 1244.53 times 12 times 30. $448,030.80. Okay, so how much of my payments were interest? Sorry, you know what? I made a mistake here. The whole thing is not this. The whole thing is this amount. Sorry, the amount that I had here. So 374,748. Okay, apologies. Okay, so this one makes more sense. 33%. 33.2% went towards interest. Okay, the next one, how much interest was paid? 198,030.27 divided by 448,030.8. Yep. Zero 0.27 divided by 448,030.8. Okay, so 44.2%. Now we know that you are paying extra when it comes to interest, but you can see that the longer it takes for you to pay it back, the more amount of money goes towards interest. So the same loan at the same interest rate, if you paid it off in 20 years, you're only paying, or it was increased by 33.2% because that was your, that went towards interest payments. On the other hand, if we waited to pay it off in 30 years, 44% of your payments went towards interest. So you end up paying quite a bit more. Great, we're going to do another spreadsheet. In this spreadsheet, I'm going to let you download this. We have, let's save it as a copy. Okay, so here's our scenario. You purchased a condo for $450,000. You paid $275,000 as a down payment, and you had to get a mortgage for $175,000. Mortgage was 6.25% compounded semi-annually and an amortization period of 25 years. Create an amortization period to show your monthly payments. All right, so let's fill in all of the information that we have. The principal is the difference between the regular price and the down payment. So 175,000. The annual interest rate, 0.0625. The equivalent monthly rate, we need an equation for this. And I need to look up the equation. I'm sorry, I thought I had written this down. Okay. Give me a